Good morning, everybody, and this is your SP 500 day trade setups for today. So we did get a break of structure, and that structure that I'm referring to is this flag here. Now, there are 5 touches on that flag, so beginning point, first touch, and then 3 touches on the top. So it is a valid bit of structure. We are now on the 150 EMA. Got a juicy pin bar off this tail here all the way back on the 14th of June. Flew through the one we were looking for yesterday, which was that one. And then we also have this pin bar here, right there, which is also significant as well. So a couple of things here. So I don't think this is something that is brewing for a bigger move down. I think this is a pullback in the uptrend still. We haven't tested the 150 EMA yet, and we're always looking for that retest. So at the moment, what I would suggest we do is focus on these levels. Have a look at the oscillators as well. Oscillators are grouped to the downside. So you can see there is a low, there's a higher low, and low, lower low with the separation of the oscillators. All of this, ladies and gentlemen, is brewing for a reversal. And there's 2 more things we need to pay attention to. First thing is that's the 50% Fibonacci of the previous move. That's something we need to pay attention to. And secondly, any break of structure like this typically has a 25% probability of succeeding. So that for me, I don't think is an option. And then the last thing that we need to look at is this head and shoulders. So there's the left shoulder, there's the head, there's the right shoulder. In fact, let's just drop to the 3 hour for that. You'll see it a bit clearer. So okay, there's the shoulder, there's the head, and there's the right shoulder. You even argue that that's a flat bottom triangle, but bottom line is that measured move is around 420 points, which is right where we are now. Okay, so on the 3 hour we do have the pin bar as well, but we do have a bar that's closed above it. So for me, that's a valid long entry right now. Very valid long entry at the moment. And the minute we start getting down to the 1 hour, I obviously just want to take that entry on a lower time frame. So if you look at the 1 hour, yes, we are in a downward trend at the moment. We had some noise around oil yesterday, which gave us that gap, but this looks to me like exhaustion. Okay, now 15 minutes is going to be telling. You can see we're in amongst the moving averages at the moment, oscillators all over the place. So what I'd be looking for, and I'm going to leave these levels in because it's going to give you overhead resistance. This area here is definitely going to give you overhead resistance, 44.75, and somewhere around 44.77. So let's just say 44.75. That's the area you're probably going to get some resistance. What I'm looking for is the oscillators group to the downside, and I want to see some structure. So either a revisit to here, to 44.52, and to give us a decent bit of structure, not like that. So in other words, I want the 50 minute on the level, or we're going to defend this level. So in other words, climb, come back, test here, or test one of these tails as we break through it and hold that. That's going to be the signal for a move to the upside. There is also the potential for a move to the downside, but just looking at what we're seeing, I'm going to take the 4 hour here as well. Just looking at what we're seeing on all the different time frames at the moment, I think this is just a pullback to find value. So that's the kind of the way I'm going to be playing this. So ideally on the 8 hour, let's just use this level here. So ideally a safe way to play this would be as follows. This is the top of the 8 hour bar, that's at 44.70, so that's the top of the 8 hour pin bar. So the safe way, wait for the break of that, come back and test or find structure above that level, because that's going to be a close above the 8-hour bar, which triggers your move. And if you're playing the 8-hour, obviously your stop is going to be all the way down here, which is not too bad. It's going to be about 300 points. That's not a bad option at all. But I think you'd probably be able to get away with a stop in this area here of around 100 points or so, 130, 140 points. Anyway, that's kind of my view at the moment. I don't think it's going to be sliding, continuously sliding. I think we're looking for structure, and I think this is the structure we are looking for. May bounce around here a little bit still before it gets going, but this is definitely the zone that I am extremely interested in getting in along. Anyway, hope that helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.